Ah, the age-old dance between men and women, a captivating waltz of attraction, frustration, and occasional bewilderment. It's a tale as old as time. Women, intelligent and intuitive, often left baffled by the seemingly clueless nature of men. A common scene plays out in households across the globe. A woman, exasperated, throws her hands up in the air, exclaiming, "You just don't get it!" This perception of cluelessness isn't about men lacking intelligence. Far from it. It's about the stark differences in how men and women perceive the world, process information, and crucially, communicate their thoughts and emotions. Think of it as two distinct cultures, each with its own language, customs, and ways of navigating the world. Is it any wonder that misunderstandings arise? The first step to bridging this gap is acknowledging its existence. Men are not from Mars, and women are not from Venus, but sometimes it sure feels that way. So let's embark on a journey to understand these differences, decode the mysteries of clueless behavior, and ultimately, foster greater harmony in the universal dance of relationships. Picture this. Sarah, after a long day, vents to her partner Mark about a frustrating encounter at work. She's had a tough day dealing with a difficult colleague and just needs to let it all out. She recounts the details, hoping for a sympathetic ear and some comforting words. Her voice carries the weight of her day, and she's looking for a connection, a moment of shared understanding. Mark, in his eagerness to fix the situation, jumps into problem-solving mode, offering solutions and strategies. He thinks he's helping by providing actionable advice, believing that's what Sarah needs. Sarah, feeling unheard and misunderstood, retreats further into her frustration. She didn't want solutions. She wanted empathy, someone to acknowledge her feelings. This, my friends, is a classic case of lost in translation. Despite their good intentions, they're speaking different emotional languages. Men, often wired for action and problem-solving, miss the subtle cues that indicate a woman's need for emotional validation. They see a problem and instinctively want to fix it, believing that's the best way to show they care. They hear problem and instinctively reach for their mental toolbox, ready to fix, repair, and move on. It's almost like a reflex, an automatic response to any sign of distress. Women, on the other hand, seek empathy and understanding. They want to feel connected, to know that their partner is emotionally present and engaged. They want to feel heard, validated, and supported in their emotional experience. It's not about finding a solution. It's about sharing the emotional load. A listening ear, a warm embrace, and words of comfort. These are the tools that resonate in the feminine world. It's about creating a safe space where emotions can be expressed freely. These communication breakdowns aren't limited to stressful situations. They can happen in everyday conversations too. A simple question like, "How was your day?" can spark confusion. What seems like a straightforward inquiry can lead to very different responses. A man might offer a concise, factual response, summarizing his day in a few sentences, while a woman might delve into a detailed narrative of emotions and experiences. She might share the highs and lows, the little moments that made her day unique. Neither is wrong, they're simply speaking different languages. Understanding this can bridge the gap, fostering better communication and deeper connections. To truly understand the smart women, clueless men dynamic, we must venture into the fascinating realm of brain science. This journey takes us deep into the intricate workings of the human brain, where we uncover the subtle yet profound differences between male and female neural architecture. Research suggests that men and women's brains are wired differently, influencing how they process information, communicate, and respond to emotions. These differences are not just theoretical. They manifest in everyday behaviors and interactions, shaping our experiences and relationships. Men, generally speaking, exhibit greater activity in the left hemisphere of the brain, the domain of logic, reasoning, and spatial awareness. This left brain dominance is often linked to their analytical thinking and problem-solving abilities. This explains their inclination towards problem-solving, their love for gadgets and gizmos, and their uncanny ability to navigate using maps, or at least, that's what they'll tell you. Men often find joy in activities that require logical reasoning and spatial skills, such as assembling furniture or playing strategy games. Women, on the other hand, show heightened activity in the right hemisphere, the seat of emotions, intuition, and social connection. This right brain dominance allows women to excel in areas that require empathy, emotional intelligence, and social interaction. This neurological wiring makes them highly attuned to emotional nuances, adept at reading body language, and profoundly skilled at nurturing relationships. Women often thrive in environments where communication and emotional support are key, such as in caregiving roles or collaborative projects. Moreover, the corpus callosum, the bridge connecting the two hemispheres, is typically larger in women. This structural difference facilitates better communication between the two sides of the brain. This allows for greater communication between the logical and emotional centers, resulting in a more holistic approach to processing information. Women can often integrate emotional insights with logical reasoning, providing a balanced perspective in decision-making. Men, with their more compartmentalized brain activity, tend to focus on one task or emotion at a time. This single-minded focus can be advantageous in situations that require intense concentration and dedication. These neurological differences aren't about superiority or inferiority, they're about appreciating the unique strengths and perspectives each gender brings to the table. By understanding and valuing these differences, we can foster better communication, collaboration, and mutual respect in our personal and professional lives. While biology lays the foundation, it's essential to acknowledge the profound influence of societal conditioning in shaping our perceptions of gender roles and behavior. From the moment we are born, society begins to mold us, often unconsciously, into predefined roles that dictate how we should think, feel, and act based on our gender. From a young age, boys and girls are often raised with different expectations, encouraged to embrace specific traits, and subtly steered towards distinct paths. These expectations are reinforced through the toys they are given, the activities they are encouraged to participate in, and the behaviors that are praised or discouraged by parents, teachers, and peers. Boys, traditionally encouraged to be strong and stoic, are often taught to suppress their emotions, viewing vulnerability as a sign of weakness. This message is conveyed through phrases like "boys don't cry" or "man up," which can have lasting impacts on their emotional development. This emotional suppression, while seemingly serving them well on the playground, can hinder their ability to connect with and understand the emotional needs of others, particularly women, later in life. It can lead to difficulties in forming deep, meaningful relationships, and can contribute to feelings of isolation and loneliness. Girls, on the other hand, are often socialized to be nurturing, empathetic, and expressive. They are encouraged to play with dolls, engage in role-playing games that emphasize caregiving, and are often praised for being good listeners and kind-hearted. They learn to navigate the complexities of social dynamics, master the art of nonverbal communication, and find solace in sharing their feelings and experiences with others. This socialization helps them develop strong interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence, which are invaluable in both personal and professional settings. These deeply ingrained societal norms contribute to the smart women, clueless men dynamic. Women, with their honed emotional skills, often find themselves in the role of the emotional caretaker, while men may struggle to meet these expectations due to their upbringing. Women, accustomed to expressing and interpreting emotions, may perceive men's emotional reserve as a lack of understanding or empathy. This can lead to misunderstandings and frustrations in relationships, as women may feel unsupported or unheard. Men, conditioned to prioritize logic and problem-solving, may misinterpret women's emotional expressions as demands for immediate solutions. This can create a disconnect, as men may feel overwhelmed or unsure of how to respond to emotional cues. Recognizing the role of nurture allows us to challenge these limiting stereotypes, encouraging both men and women to embrace the full spectrum of their emotions and communication styles. By fostering an environment where emotional expression is valued and understood, we can create more balanced and fulfilling relationships, breaking free from the constraints of traditional gender roles.